Now on CoastTV News.
Safety notice signs along the Ocean City beach, why the Beach Patrol is continuing certain water restrictions. Surf fishing drive-on crossings will update you on the rules at Delaware State Parks. Chincoteague Island conditions, why the town is calling for help after Hurricane Erin's passing.
And after we get past this rip current situation, the forecast is about to become a lot cooler and calmer for the next few days.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
No swimming along the Ocean City beach. Good evening, I'm Emma Aiken. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6. We begin tonight with the Ocean City Beach Patrol keeping water restrictions up in town. According to the Beach Patrol, people are only allowed to go ankle deep in the water today unless you are a surfer. But some beachgoers are ignoring those rules. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us why these restrictions are still in place.
Over the past week, Hurricane Erin brought rough waves along the coast. And according to the Ocean City Beach Patrol Captain Butch Arbin, they had to save 3 people who got caught in a rip current on Friday.
Had they gone swimming before we went on duty or after we got off duty, the headline would have been 3 die in Ocean City surf.
According to Arbin, the rip current is still strong due to the hurricane that passed, leading to swimming restrictions, except for professional surfers.
Friday, yesterday, and again today, we're restricting swimming to basically ankle deep.
Vacationer Mike Ouimet spent some time in the water today and believes the Beach Patrol made the right decision.
The riptide still feels pretty strong, so I think it's a smart idea. It's, not everybody's a strong swimmer, and some people don't know how to swim when they're dealing with riptide.
But not everyone is following the rules. We spoke with one Ocean City lifeguard off camera who told CoastTV it's been difficult regulating these rules to beachgoers, saying they've blown their whistles so much that people are starting to ignore it. According to Captain Arbin, people who don't listen to the lifeguards could face fines.
We just want people to comply, so that they're safe. It comes back to that, and sometimes people don't understand it.
And Ouimet agrees.
Better safe than sorry.
The Ocean City Beach Patrol will continue to monitor conditions before lifting the restrictions. I'm Kevin Zappé, Ocean City, CoastTV News.
Fenwick Island, Bethany Beach, and Rehoboth Beach all allowed people in the water today. Ocean City Beach Patrol Captain Butch Arbin says Ocean City lifeguards have 10 miles of beach to cover compared to the smaller beaches. Because of that, Arbin says the guards are more spread out on the sand, and that's part of the reason why the town only allowed people to go in ankle deep the water today. Now we take a live look into Dover, and our first alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Emma. Right now, we take a look courtesy of our Gateway Subaru camera in Ocean City. We're starting to see folks beginning to go back out into the water to enjoy themselves, but we're still concerned about rip currents. So even though there's going to be some allowance when you get a little closer to the water, rip currents are still an issue for us. We're looking at wind gusts up to about 14 miles per hour in some locations. We're at 78 degrees in Long Neck, 77 in Bethany Beach, Ocean City, and at the Lewis Beach. Waves right now, 4 to 6 feet, not the 10 to 12 to 13 we've seen previously, but it is getting progressively but slowly better. We do have a small craft advisory in effect for tonight, but right here we still have rip current statements active, and that's going to stay active for the rest of tonight, going into tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and tomorrow evening. Now, not only for the beaches along the Sussex County coast, but also Ocean City all the way down to Chincoteague, that same concern. Emma?
Thank you, Paul. After closures throughout the week due to high surf and unsafe conditions, surf fishing drive-on crossings have reopened in parts of Cape Henlopen State Park. The Point, Herring Point, and Gordon's Pond reopened today as of noon following a post-high tide evaluation. Navy Crossing remains closed, but pedestrians can still access the beach from there. Over at Delaware Seashore State Park and Fenwick Island State Park, drive-on surf crossings there remain closed today with the exception of 3 R's Beach. The mayor of Chincoteague is calling on federal officials to help protect the island from land loss on the heels of Hurricane Erin. Denise Bowden says the town has been advocating for intervention at the Chincoteague Inlet long before her time as mayor. Bowden posted this video to social media showing the state of the inlet while Hurricane Erin passed by Thursday.
It just got me fired up so much because the town of Chincoteague has done everything that we can. We have beat on doors. We have been in talks with the Army Corps of Engineers. We have been to Richmond. We've talked to senators. We've had senators here. We've done everything, and we get nowhere. we get nowhere. The south end of Shingatig is slowly washing away, and it's all because of that inlet.
For articles ranging from bay flooding to the rough surf conditions and everything Hurricane Erin on Delmarva, head to CoastTV.com. We still have a lot of news to get to on Coast TV News at 6. Coming up, teal ribbons popping up in Lewis, the message behind the color.
And the weather will be cool, calm, and collected, even in the midst of dealing with flooding. I'll explain what that means coming up.
Crime in the country's capital, new statistics following the president's executive order. That's coming up on Coast TV News at 6.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Continued back and forth between President Trump and Maryland Governor Wes Moore over deployment of the National Guard. The Governor Wes was on Face the Nation this morning to speak about why he will not deploy the Maryland National Guard after President Trump's request.
It's unconstitutional. It's a direct violation of the 10th Amendment. And for a party that talks about state rights, it's amazing how they're having such a big government approach in the way they're conducting public safety. And I will not authorize the Maryland National Guard to be utilized for this.
This comes after President Trump called Baltimore, quote, out of control and crime-ridden on Truth Social this morning. Volunteers in Lewis took time this week to turn the town teal. That's part of a national campaign to raise awareness for ovarian cancer. September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. That's why it's so important for women to know the signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer to catch the cancer at an early stage. That's the goal of Turn the Town Teal.
The symptoms of ovarian cancer,
whether it's bloating, whether it's difficulty going to the bathroom, feeling full quickly,
can seem small and easy to blow off, all while testing for the disease doesn't exist.
And that's why it's so deadly. Cervical cancer is found by a pap smear. There's no way at this point to detect ovarian cancer.
It's why Sally Oberly, Jan Gilmore, and a whole team of volunteers spent the day tying these ribbons around Lewis, turning the town teal.
I was diagnosed in 2013, and it was a surprise. I went directly into, I had surgery, and then I had chemo.
A survivor herself, Gilmore says the impact is wider than many might think.
It's not just women, it can be infants, children, teenagers.
The hope is that every teal ribbon can be the start of a conversation.
It's the visual to get people to talking. You know, what are those teal bows? And then when we have the packets that we hand out to the businesses, we have the brochures and other information to follow up.
A simple gesture with a big message.
Well, this week was going to get a taste of fall-like conditions. I'll talk about that coming up. We're still actively watching out for rip currents out at the Boardwalk Plaza. View of the ocean, courtesy of our Rehoboth Beach view, will drop down to 71. We're at 77 right now in Lewis and Milton, as well as Dagsboro. The winds coming off the water up to 13-mile-per-hour gusts, Indian River Inlet. Rip current statement still active for Lewis Beach, Rehoboth, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, Fenwick Island. Reaches down also into Ocean City, down towards Chincoteague. Now, we also have a small craft advisory. Now, that's going to stay in effect for this evening, 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And we have this, which was going to expire at 6 o'clock. It's just been extended while we were on the air. And we're a little bit mindful of the possibility of flooding in and around the Cambridge area, at least until Monday morning at 7 o'clock. Here's where we stand. Right now, we're clear. Cold fronts approaching us, so we're watching out for a chance of isolated spot shower, but not a big chance. Temperatures in the low 80s, 83 for the high in Georgetown, 82 for the high in Cambridge, and 83 for the high in Snow Hill. Now, keep in mind, we're going to tomorrow. We're looking for temperatures in the 80s there as well. We start off at near 70 degrees Monday morning. We go to the mid to lower 80s for Monday afternoon, a good deal of sunshine. That's probably the warmest day. Tuesday, we start off in the 50s, a bit of a fall chill, and we're only warm to the upper 70s by the afternoon. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We're going to be cool for the rest of the week.
There's been a moderate drop in reported crime in the first week after the Trump administration seized control of the Washington, D.C. police force. Government data shows in the week beginning August 12th, property crimes dropped roughly 19% compared to the week before. Violent crime also dipped by about 17%. The data also shows a spike in immigration arrests. Federal officials have arrested 300 immigrants since August 17th, which is a more than 10-fold increase over the typical ICE arrest numbers for the district. An unmanned SpaceX rocket headed to the International Space Station this morning, bringing much-needed supplies. It's part of the company's 33rd mission for NASA's Commercial Resupply Services program. The rocket is carrying 5,000 pounds of food and equipment in its Dragon capsule for the 9 astronauts on board the International Space Station. The Dragon capsule is set to dock with the ISS tomorrow morning. CoastTV News at 6. We'll be right back.
We take a gander at Dover, holding at 77 degrees. Not concerned about any additional scattered showers. No, I'm not even going there. We're just going to see cloud cover overnight. Temperatures in the 70s. We have an infinitesimal chance of a sprinkle break. Forget about it. All right, anyway, get a look at your forecast by calling our weather line, sponsored by the law offices of Bruxett, Mandalis, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Listen, we're going to get a taste of fall, particularly Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as temperatures will drop into the 50s and stay in the 70s during the daylight hours.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight at 11. Until then, have a great night.